So I got another huge chunk of Sycamore. This is a beautiful crotch piece, but it is split pretty good. I had already done the Elmer's glue, or the wood glue trick on it, and it dried out more and cracked more. So to try to save it, I am going to put some resin in there instead, because I want to turn this sometime this week. So, and it's real rough. I haven't, you know, drawn out. Probably try to use as much as this crotch, because that's going to have a lot of beautiful feathering in it, hopefully. So I'm going to tape it up, use my fast hardener, Total Boat, and I think I'm going to go with aquamarine. It's a really pretty color, and I think that would look nice in this wood. I'll put the link in the description below for these colors I purchased on Amazon. And yeah, so I'm gonna mix up. I'm gonna tape it up so it doesn't leak out, hopefully. I'm just hoping this isn't as punky as my last piece, and that I can get this poured before it rains, because it looks like it might rain and I'm outside. Yay. So again, the fast set. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to take a meter reading of how... Uh, 15 is the highest, which is fine. At least it's going to have to be.
Howdy everybody. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a blessed New Year as well. We did, other than me catching a cold, and I still kind of have it, so I apologize if I sound a little hard to understand. I had mentioned earlier in the video that I had done the paper towel with the wood glue and water trick on this piece, and where I had messed up on it was I didn't wrap it at all. Everything was getting pretty moldy when I had done that during the summertime, because the humidity is horrible. So I had intended on turning this piece right after, just in 3 or 4 days after I had done that wood glue and water, and putting paper towels and soaking it really good. And it did close up some, but the problem with it is I didn't wrap it to hold that moisture in and then turn it right away. I just put it in my woodshed and totally forgot about it. So that's why the crack opened up more. If you don't get to it or keep an eye on it, it will just crack again, because it's re-drying back out, and there's nothing, you know, keeping those fibers swollen while it slowly dries. I actually didn't turn this piece until about a week after I had filled the crack. I had hoped to turn it sooner, but I just had so many other things that I was trying to get finished up for Christmas. So this one ended up being sitting for about, I don't know, like a week and a half. So plenty of time for the resin, obviously, to cure, because I use the fast set, and that usually sets within an hour or so. As you can see, I couldn't turn very fast, which is kind of frustrating, but it's fine. You just slowly but surely go. I guess I just get used to it with these larger pieces. My whole lathe wants to just move, and someone had mentioned putting like sandbags or, you know, buckets of concrete and attaching it to the legs, and I do plan on trying something. I've heard good and bad things about bolting it to the floor, and I really don't want to do that. So, because I feel like that might cause some damage to the lathe if it's bolted down. Plus, I have wood floors, which we've stabilized. We've added more stabilization underneath the flooring where my lathe is at. Plus, my foot of my lathe is actually sitting on 2x6s that are bolted down too. One for height because I'm tall, so I need that extra height, and one to help take the movement out of the legs. But I need to possibly put some more weight in that thing so it won't rock as bad with these larger pieces. Even some resin pieces, just they rock way too bad, and there is no getting past the bounce. It just gets more intense. I know there's a certain part where you can go past it and it will straighten out, but with my lathe it doesn't. I think it's because the fact that it's on a wood floor. I'm almost pretty sure. If anybody has wood floors in their shop and has the same issue and you've been able to remedy it or tried some things, just please comment in the comment section and help me out. I'm putting the black Starbond CA glue and rubbing the shavings because these cracks were a little larger, and I had throughout the piece I had a couple of them show up. So I just rubbed the shavings, wood shavings in there. I learned that from Al Furtado, the Rebel Turner. I learned that watching his videos, and boy, is that trick work really, really good. It helps to fill those voids without having to use so much glue. Another thing I started doing, especially turning bowls or anything that I'm going to flip around and hollow out, is if the piece that I'm working on is really rough on the opposite side, say where the bowl rim would be, I try to straighten that out so I can visually see where my, I guess, point A and point B is going to be, so I can connect those lines without having to alter the shape, especially if you're going to do some sort of fancy rim or have more curvature or something to the piece. It's a good idea to establish the rim so you know where that's going to be. I've had a few pieces where I turn around and I'm having to cut away a decorative little lip that I put on pieces because I didn't straighten those out. And of course, we make those mistakes as we turn, and as beginners you slowly but surely learn from those mistakes. But I figured I'd share that with you, so maybe it'll help you in shaping your pieces. I have to apologize, not all of the hollowing recorded. In the towards the end, and you'll see it when at the end of what did record of me hollowing, my lathe just shut off, just quit. It didn't, the lathe didn't turn off, it just stopped turning. So I had to go and flip the breaker and turn it back on, and it came back on thankfully, but it's the first time that's happened to me where it just stopped turning. The dial indicator still showed on. All of the electronics in the back for the speed control thing was still all on. So I don't understand. It just suddenly quit turning, just shut down on me. So that distraction caused me to forget about the operation of my camera, and see, there it shut off. And I went to go figure out what was wrong with my breaker box and see if it was something to do with it. But anyways, we got it back on, thank goodness. I thought I had broke my lathe. I had some pretty deep cracks at the bottom, underneath, hiding underneath that tenon. So I just put some Star Bond in there and filled those up. That worked really well. I had to do that, I think, one more time on the bottom of the bowl. Again, I apologize for not jib-jabbing so much through this video. Still not completely recovered from my cold, so coughing repetitively and sniffling isn't exactly something I want to put you guys through to hear. So I really appreciate you watching the videos, your kind words, your support in any way, and all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you, every single one of you. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.